Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying out 5 horses that I could use as possible eventers in this coming show season. I finally saved up enough money for my own horse and got the boarding agreement here at the SEC. So I'm really excited to go out and try these eventers today because one of them very well could be my future horse. Without further ado, let's go to the first horse. The first horse I'll be seeing today is a warm-blood mare named Serenity at Moorland Stables. In her advert, she's described as quiet and calm and has jumped up to heights of 1.2 meters, with the ability to go much further. Personally, I'm super excited to try out this mare. After briefly speaking with Serenity's owner, I began to groom and tack her up. She was such a saint and just stood there with no fuss at all. After I finished tacking her up, I went out to the arena and mounted her, then got a feel for how she worked in the walk and trot. As I got more used to Serenity, I could tell that she was definitely more of the schoolmaster type, and that wasn't really what I was chasing. At this point, I was super pleased with how me and Serenity were doing, so I asked her owner if we could pop over a couple jumps, and she very kindly put some up for us. Unfortunately, a little bit of trouble began to brew on our ride when I was taking Serenity over a double. She kept rushing at it and I couldn't get her to slow down. I tried to take her over it again, but she pulled the reins out of my hands and flew over the double. Wanting to end on a good note, I took Serenity over a solo jump, which she nailed, and then I began to cool her off as it was coming to the end of our session. The next 2 horses I'll be trying are at the SEC, which as you know is very convenient for me as it's the barn I'll be boarding my future horse at. The first horse of 2 that I'll be trying is a little black Mustang mare named Flicker. Flicker is a rescue Mustang from South Hoof, and by the way she's described in her advert, she seems like she could be a nice horse to ride and compete when she's fully produced. When I moved Flicker into the trot, I realised that her normal pace was quite slow, and I tried everything in my power to get her to move a bit quicker, but Flicker really did not budge, and that gave me a bit of doubts for the rest of our session. At this point, Flicker really wasn't the mare that I thought she'd be, so to not waste any more of my time or her owner's time, I cut our session short. The next horse I'm trying is a gelding at the SEC's riding arena. This is a horse I've been looking forward to ever since I've seen the advert. I'll be trying out this Irish sport horse cross Frisian, What a Delight, aka Loretto. Loretto was already brushed and groomed prior to me getting there, but I did have the pleasure of getting to tack him up. When I tell you this horse had amazing ground manners, he was such a gentleman. Loretto was really easy to get going, and he was super soft in his mouth too, super responsive to all of my aids, and honestly, he just seemed like the perfect ride. took him over a few jumps in the arena and he quietly popped over them. As impressed as I was with how our session had already gone, I still wanted to see what his true jumping potential was. I was so lucky that there was nobody already using the course next door, so I got the opportunity to pop him over a few of the bigger jumps. As great as the opportunity to jump him was, something just didn't feel right. Whether if it was how I was landing in the saddle or if he wasn't entirely sound, that I won't know. Our ride did go amazing though, and Loretto is definitely still a strong contender. The next horse that I'll be trying is a mare from New Hillcrest called Arturo. In her advert it says that she is every eventer's dream, and that really stuck out to me, so I'm really keen to give her a go. You can see she's a very big girl. She stands at 16 hands, though I think she's one of the horses that you could call a gentle giant. When I finished tacking her up, I took her out to a little arena and began working through her walk and trot. She had a very bouncy trot and it was a little hard to get used to at first. I just kept getting flung out of the saddle, as you can see. I took her into an extended canter and oh my goodness, when I say she was such a powerhouse of a horse, that could honestly be an understatement. I didn't get the chance to jump her as unfortunately New Hillcrest just doesn't have the facilities for that. The last horse that I'll be trying today is the beautiful chestnut Belgian warmblood Binks. Binks was lovely on the ground. The only thing I noticed was when I was doing up his girth, he was a little bit nippy, but that didn't concern me too much. When I took Binks into the arena, I felt that he switched onto more of a working mode and then he knew exactly what drill we were doing. When I was warming Binks up, I really understood how attentive he was to all my commands, and it had been a while since I've ridden a horse that was as well mannered as he was. Binks had the most beautiful canter, and it only took me one circle of collection to get him going. I asked Binks' owner if we could put some jumps up in the arena that I could pop him over. She kindly puts them up and even added some cross-country ones. To start, I took Binks over a little jump in the corner and he didn't bat an eye going over. When I changed to start going over some of the larger jumps, it was clear that Binks, he was a horse with wings. I had never known a horse that could just soar over jumps so easily. It was clear that this horse had such amazing scope, and when I took him over some more of the cross-country style jumps, he didn't even look going over them. After about a half-hour ride, we stopped our session. Binks was such an unbelievable horse, and I definitely think he was the one to beat. Hi again everyone, I'm back at the SCC, and wow, what a day today has been. After trying all the horses today, there's definitely things that I need to consider and go over. Though one horse 100% stood out to me today, though I think I'll be keeping it a secret until I actually purchase one of these horses. Thank you for all coming along with me today, and I hope that you can help out in the comments. Let me know which horse you guys like the most, what one you think will suit, and if you were to try all those ones, what one would you pick yourself? I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye everyone!